Well, welcome back to Words for the Journey, words of hope, faith, and love for the journey of faith and the journey of life. We're in this short series of messages on the top 10 important passages in the Bible. And it's a little bit challenging to find just 10 passages, but I think as we think about the Bible and we think about the story of the Bible, it's important for us to have kind of what I would call pillars, places in the Bible that are the foundational passages. Now, I think there are more than 10, but 10 is just a nice number to see. Could there be just 10 passages we could go to that would help us understand the Bible story, the Bible's message, but also the God that the Bible is presenting? So we already looked at Genesis chapter 1, this God who creates all things, which was revolutionary teaching in that day and also today. One God powerful enough to create the heavens and the earth. And then we also looked at Genesis 3, this God who responds to the sin of Adam and Eve, the rebellion of Adam and Eve, with judgment, but also with grace and mercy. I find that so intriguing. And now we jump a few chapters later. We're still in the first book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 12, where we read about God calling a man named Abram. Now, Abram comes from the Middle East. He's not from Israel or Canaan. He's not, we would say right away, a Jewish person. From him, the Jewish people come, but he comes more from the area of Iran, Iraq. Probably he was, certainly in that context, he was familiar with people who worshiped other gods, and maybe he himself, for part or most of his life, worshiped other gods as well. But God calls him, this man named Abram, and his family and his whole entourage to move to what today is the land of Israel, this promised land. And at first glimpse, it looks like, why is God doing this? Why is he choosing just one person out of all the people in the world to work with or talk with or give promises to? Why is he just focused on this one individual and his family? Well, we find out very early on in Genesis 12, it's not just for the sake of Abram or even for his family or people who know him. God is always concerned for the whole world. And so God says, when he calls Abram in Genesis chapter 12, verses 2 and 3, he gives these great promises. I'm going to make you into a great nation. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to make your name great. You will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you. Whoever curses you, I will curse. And then this phrase, all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. So this picks up the theme already in the very beginning of the Bible. God, who is over the heavens and the earth, the God of all the nations, the God of the whole world. And here God chooses one person to bring that blessing back to the whole world. So instead of the world staying in the realm of curse, God uses one man and his family and all that happens to them to reverse the curse and bring blessing back to the whole world. So he is not just the God of this one man, but rather through this one man, he wants to bring blessing to everyone. And I love that vision of God, a God who is at work in people's lives, but always that the blessing he brings into their lives or into our lives will ripple also into the lives of others. I love that vision of a God that big and that loving. Thanks for joining us for Words for the Journey.